everybody and welcome back to Dan the English Teacher. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at 3 phrases to compare and contrast in English so that you can sound like a native speaker. Okay, so the first phrase is, on the one hand, on the other hand. So to use this phrase, let's use the example of a hotel, because typically when we're looking at a hotel, we are comparing and contrasting. We're looking at the accommodation, the location, the price, whether breakfast is included or not. So it's a really nice opportunity to use the phrase on the one hand, on the other hand. So here's a really nice hotel that I found in Kaş in Turkey, and it's got some really nice features. For example, the rooms are beautiful, it's in a fantastic location, it's close to the beach, there's free Wi-Fi, and there's an airport shuttle. But it's quite expensive. So in English we can say, on the one hand, the hotel's in a fantastic location, but on the other hand, it's quite expensive. So here we're comparing 2 things. We're talking about what we like about the hotel and what we don't like about the hotel. So what we like, the hotel's in a fantastic location. What we don't like, it's quite expensive. So on the one hand, the hotel's in a fantastic location, but on the other hand, it's quite expensive. We use on the one hand, on the other hand, when we want to talk about 2 different things. We want to give one side of an argument or an idea or an opinion and the other side of the argument, idea or opinion. So there are a few ways of using this phrase in English, and what a native speaker might also do is drop the second hand from the sentence. So for example, on the one hand, the hotel's in a fantastic location, but on the other, it's quite expensive. The second phrase is not only, but also. So let's go back to the example of the hotel, because there were lots of things that we liked about it, including there's free Wi-Fi and there's an airport shuttle. So in English we can say, not only is there free Wi-Fi, but also there's an airport shuttle. So we use not only but also when we want to compare 2 similar things, and often in English it's used when those 2 things can be quite surprising or unexpected. You probably notice something quite different about the structure of this phrase. Let's take a look at the example sentence again, and you can see that it's not only plus verb plus subject, but also plus subject plus verb. So let's go back to the example that we used, because there's an alternative way of forming this phrase. Now, the example is, not only is there free Wi-Fi, but also there's an airport shuttle. So you can see that we've got there is twice in the sentence. In the first part, it's inverted, so it's is there. And in the second part, it's theirs. Now, we can drop the there is or theirs from the second part of the sentence. So we can also say, not only is there free Wi-Fi, but also an airport shuttle. Phrase number 3 uses the words, it's just as. We use this phrase when we want to compare 2 things that are very similar or the same. So let's go back to the example of the hotel, and let's now compare the price of 2 hotels. Now, when you've got 2 hotels that have a very similar price, we can say Hotel 1 is just as expensive as Hotel 2. So we use just as when we want to compare 2 things that are very, very similar or the same. But if we want to emphasize that they are exactly the same, then we can use the word equally. So the sentence can read, Hotel 1 is equally as expensive as Hotel 2. The structure of this phrase is the subject plus the verb plus the word just or equally plus as plus the adjective plus as. Now, did you notice something about the pronunciation? Let me say it again. Hotel 1 is just as expensive as Hotel 2. Now, notice the pronunciation of that first as. It is a lot softer. It almost forms in to the word just. Hotel 1 is just as expensive as Hotel 2. And the second as, it has a slightly stronger pronunciation to it. So you try. Hotel 1 is just as expensive as Hotel 2. Very good. So thank you ever so much for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Leave your comments in the box below. Take care, and I'll see you next time.